Welcome everyone, it's Gray Shirt Guy, Rock the Gray Shirt as always. I don't normally review products like this, but I want to give the Timex T80 a review. And TLDR, so you can get back to your normal hobby stuff, is it's a 3 out of 5. And it's perfectly fine, it does what you need to do. It's a digital watch. It's got a nice little retro frame, but we're going to talk about why I gave it a 3 out of 5. And the main reason is price. And the secondary reason is shipping. So I know the shipping isn't super Timex's fault, but their customer service is very slow. And yeah, so let's kind of get into it. So for the last few years, probably the last 3 years, maybe 4, I was using a Fitbit Ionic smartwatch. And I didn't have any problem with the smartwatch. I kind of liked how it integrated with the Fitbit software. I liked how it counted my steps. I really liked it. I got rid of it though because there was a safety recall on it. Apparently it was causing some burns. So I turned that in for a safety recall. Now aside from that, I used to use the Timex Men's Classic digital watch. And now if you notice, they look pretty similar, aside from one being black and the other one having this like grayish hash design pattern on the front. And so I used to use this watch, and now the thing about this watch, and I'm assuming it's going to be the same with the Timex T80, is that it boasts a 10-year battery life, but oddly enough, this one didn't last 10 years. So I bought this one, I think, in 2015, maybe 2016. But then I bought the Fitbit Ionic shortly after I bought this one, so this one just sat on a shelf by itself, you know, not being used. And when I picked it up, the battery was dead. And I was like, huh, that's kind of weird. So I went to replace the battery, but the clip design for replacing the battery, for some stupid reason in the Timex, because it's got screw holes to take the battery out, the little clip design, the retaining clip for the battery snapped. And so you ain't gonna put another battery in there unless you get some micros, and unless you super glue it perfectly. And then how do you know it's gonna work? And so I ended up keeping the band because the band is useful. But I got rid of the innards of the watch because it was damaged. And so I went to look for a replacement. I couldn't find one anywhere in any local stores. So I went to Timex's website, and they no longer sell the Men's Classic digital watch with expandable band. They do sell this retro refresh T80 watch. Now they have the different versions. They have different colors. They have the expandable band. They have the metal clasp non-expandable band. I think they might have some non-metal bands. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know they have at least the two. And then they have a gold version, a silver version, which is what this one is. They have a black version, which I think, honestly, if you're going to buy any one of these, the black one looks pretty much the nicest one. I mean, the gold can look kind of fancy if you're trying to hit a certain bling factor, but I think if I were to do it again and the black was in stock, I probably would have ordered the black, and I probably would give it like a 4 out of 5 because I think the black just looks really good. But as far as a one-to-one comparison versus the old version, you still get that 3 out of 5. So it is double the cost of the original watch. And so I wasn't going to make a review, but Timex sent me an email, asked me to review the product. Now they didn't want me to make a YouTube video. They wanted me to make just like a little website review, you know, check the box. And so I put 3 out of 5 stars. And then I was starting to fill out the review, and basically the title of the review was good watch for double the price of the original. And then I looked at the review guidelines, and it said they didn't want you to talk about the cost of the watch or the shipping process. They only wanted you to talk about the like the features of the watch and whether or not you like the features. And I was like, but the price is the biggest problem. You don't want me to talk about the biggest problem? That seems kind of weird. And so hence that's why I make the video. So I kind of think maybe the packaging might have something to do with it, because this packaging is unnecessarily fancy. And so like it's got like a whole bunch of foam, and it slides out, and it's just, I don't know, it's a bit unnecessary. For like just a watch of what it does, I don't think this is really, and it's not like it's like nice glass cover and everything. It's not like they made the band any different. You can still tell it's got plastic on it's basically still a plastic frame. So like, I don't think this packaging material was necessary. So if this packaging material increased the price at all, yeah, that's really unnecessary. But yeah, it used to cost like $30 to $35 for this version of the watch. Now it's like $59 before shipping and handling and taxes and everything. And there's actually, on the UK website for Timex, there is a version of this old original watch, one left in stock, for the original price, or no, for the current price, because it's like 59 or 54 pounds or something like that, which is like $72 US for this version, not this version. Now, I don't know if I'm assuming maybe UK's got this version too, but I didn't look. But I saw this version on the UK website. And on the old Walmart listing for this, it was $32, but this is for $59, and it's currently out of stock because I'm assuming people like the watch. Either they didn't make, either their retro refresh was kind of low in stock numbers, I'm not sure, or a lot of people were buying it because they liked it. Now, I ended up buying 2 due to shipping. So I bought this one from Timex's website because it had the expandable band, and I like the expandable band. That's why I kept the band for this one. And originally, I went with the 5-day ground shipping, which I think is their cheapest option for shipping. I probably should have went one step up, but I felt like paying like it was like $10, $12 for the next level was already a bit much on top of what I was paying for a watch that I feel like is like a $35 watch. I feel like I was already paying almost probably $70 at the time with shipping, handling, and taxes and stuff. And so I was like, I'll pick the normal shipping. So it didn't show up when it was supposed to. And so I waited the weekend, waited the Monday, Tuesday, ended up going on Amazon and seeing that they had the T80 in stock and I could get it on Friday. And so I was like, well, one, the tracking for this said it was a Mail Innovations and that it was handed off to the post office. And then I used the post office tracking number, and the post office tracking number for the entire time up until the day it delivered said it was, they had not received the package from the shipper. So they had like made the label, but they hadn't received it yet. So UPS is saying, yes, we have given the product to the UPS or USPS, and then USPS is saying, no, we haven't gotten it. And so I'm thinking like, well, it's a small box, small package. Maybe somebody, maybe there's some pilferage. Maybe it got lost. And I'm like, well, this is kind of lame. And so I ended up seeing this on Amazon, and now this one's slightly different. This is the normal metal clasp band, and I was like, well, I'll keep this. I'll take the band off, and I'll slip this spare extra band on because they're the same size. And so then, and then I contacted Timex, and I was like, hey, because this one I ordered directly from Timex. I was like, hey, I need to know where my product is. I either need a refund, a replacement, or I need to know where it's at because it's like way longer. It was 2 weeks before. It was 2 weeks instead of 5 days, and I was like, this is a bit much. So I asked for it. Normally I don't do that I don't complain that much. But I really didn't have a watch, and so I had bought like a Casio digital watch for a couple bucks, but like the band was just starting to bother me. You bought that one for like $24. I was like, I spent so much money on a watch I feel like doesn't cost that much, or shouldn't cost that much money, and it's not showing up. What the hell's going on? And of course, they both showed up on the same day. So, well, now I got 2. Now, I mean, it's really classic because I used to buy like 2 of these at a time anyways. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. Is it's a good functional digital watch. I don't have any huge. The watch itself is fine. If I would have got the black one, I think the black one would have been. I'd have been a lot happier. But it's not worth the $60. It's like a $32, $35 watch maximum. And Timex, just go back to the old packaging. Just get rid of this flare on the side. Like just make the basic silver version of the watch and sell it for like the original, like $35 would be fine. If you want to sell like a fancier version for $60, that's like the gold version, or it's got Space Invaders, it's got Pac-Man. You can sell the older versions, but like just nothing beats a robust classic watch. I prefer the Timex over the Casio. The Casio doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have the same band. They never embraced the expansion bands, and that's just the gist of it. So if you're looking for a decent watch, I would pick one up. If you just want to watch that tells time, I think it's a good watch. But at the same time, I would, if you're going to spend this much money on a basic watch that just does basic stuff, because for like twice the price of this watch, you can go for like $150 or less, you can get a decent smartwatch. I know if you're trying to get like an Apple smartwatch or like more of a newer Fitbit, they might cost more. But I was actually looking at the Samsung Galaxy, their watch line, and I was like, the price on that one's not too bad. And I already have a Samsung phone, so they would synchronize pretty well. And so I'm thinking, I'm gonna have this for a while. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to a smartwatch or not because I didn't like charging the smartwatch. But we'll see how this all fares out. But I really do like it, and I like the expandable band. But yeah, 3 out of 5 for the price and for the shipping. And when I contacted customer service, I contacted customer service on like a Tuesday. The same day I ordered the second one from Amazon because I was just getting tired of like, where the hell is the watch I ordered? And they didn't get back to me until like the following week after I'd already gotten this delivered. And they were like, according to tracking, because the tracking for USPS didn't update until it delivered. Up until like the hour it showed up, I kept looking at the website and it was saying that they hadn't received it yet. And then it shows up at my front door, it gets scanned, and then all of a sudden it says package delivered. And it just says like shipping label created, package delivered. And then the customer service response was just kind of like, tracking is indicating the package delivered. Please consult your family members to see if they may have received the package instead of you. And I'm like, bold of you to assume I have freaking family members. And the only people I got here are 2 cats, and I don't think they're hoarding my watch. But that's it. Anyways, have a good day. I'm going to get back to painting. I just had to whine about this for a little bit. So have a good one. See you around. Oh, if you want to support the channel, feel free to buy my book. It's there's a link to the description below. You can get it on Kindle or you can get it on paperback. It really helps out. Thank you and have a good one. Goodbye.